Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is the first episode of or the first installment of my One Piece journey on this channel for this year 2024. In the last video about One Piece, I explained to you what my expectations and what my plans are for One Piece in this channel for 2024. And one of the main thing is that I want to do a weekly video as much as I can and put it out on a Friday so that you can sit back, relax, enjoy and watch. And I was in the middle of Syrup Village arc, so my plan for this week was to finish the Syrup Village arc. I enjoyed it because it was so action-packed, so much happened actually. I really loved it. There were many aspects of some of the characters, especially Usopp, that really touched me, and also Luffy, of course. It introduced us to Cloudor, it introduced us to very interesting characters like Mary and Miss Kaya and Usopp, of course. Currently, he is one of my favorite characters. He really stole the show, I think, for me in this arc. So to start off with chapter 30, in chapter 32, Zoro basically is struggling to keep up against the Muban brothers. They have their own interesting powers, of course, and some of the things that we don't see it coming, but they are formidable, right? Very difficult to defeat. Even Zoro ends up losing two of his swords, which is quite unexpected and was shocking for me to see Zoro really struggling against these two guys, because I always thought that Zoro was this invincible, sword fighter. So that was kind of very worrying to see Zoro struggling like that. Django is advised by Kura to, attack Kaya, get her signature on her will, and then kill her, right? That's how chapter 32 progresses, and then you move on to chapter 33 and 34, 35, where again this scuffle and the whole battle scene is unfolding. Luffy punches Kuro and then gives some time for Usopp and Zoro to, flee after Django, who is chasing Miss Kaya. And the three little boys, oh my god, they are amazing, right? Carrot, Onion and Pepper. They are Usopp's pirate crew, the little boys, and oh my god, they kicked ass and I love them. I really love them. So they are so brave and determined to protect Miss Kaya, because that's what their captain said, and they take their captain's word for the Bible. That's how much they respect Captain Usopp. Moving on, when we reach chapter 37, we realize that it's not easy to defeat Captain Kuro. He is obviously he's got these claw fingers. Also, he has this stealth move, where he can move really fast and almost look like he is invisible. And that was again unsettling, right? And I was like, oh my god, what is Luffy going to do? Because his rubber man power is not going to work here. And then he really does something fascinating, really good, unexpected, that he lifts up this huge big boulder as protection against the claws and ends up destroying one hand's worth of claws, right, from Cloudor. I think that was really a moment of reckoning for me. Okay, so he's not just this guy who's got this power of stretching himself to whatever limits and using that power to become the pirate king. No, but it's more than that, right? It's Luffy could be Luffy and aspire to become a pirate king and still be fearless, even without his stretchy powers. That's what I understood from the scene, right? Because he has this inner strength, and he's been training to become a pirate king, so he can lift this huge ass boulder. But anyway, I think that's a lesson I took away from here, because you could strip away all his super magical devil fruit power from Luffy, but he will, I think, still be not any different from what he is now, aspiring to be a pirate king, brave and courageous and passionate about his goal. right, of becoming the Pirate King. What I didn't see coming, and what I think was a right reaction from Luffy, was the fact that Captain Kuro had already planned to kill his entire crew because they knew his secret that he is Captain Kuro, right? Because he wanted Captain Kuro to be dead so he can come out into the society and carry on as if he is not Captain Kuro and somebody else totally. So he wanted to kill anybody who had a secret, which kind of ticked off Luffy, and who couldn't. I think Luffy couldn't believe what he was hearing, that a captain had already planned and is planning and will definitely kill all his crew members. That also, I think, added to Luffy's rage that's gonna come. Also, it was really funny for me to see how fast Captain Kuro's crew turned tables, they changed sides, and they started cheering for the rubber man, like, Luffy and all that. So, but Luffy was not buying it. He's like, guys, let me just deal with him. I have some more for you guys. Now, to my favorite part of this whole arc, which is Usopp. What a brilliant character. I love his backstory. He is this guy who cries wolf all the time, but actually when it happens, really nobody goes to help him. But luckily he had Luffy and gang. The backstory which reveals why he is the way he is, what really really heartbreaking. He was in some way or the other life of that village, because when he is not there, creating a ruckus, you can actually see the villagers missing him. Also, the way he understands that it's important to keep the villagers safe, and also feeling safe, so that they feel that they're in the middle of nowhere, tucked in a small village, and they are safe. And if they come to know about the whole scuffle that happened in the show at the shores, then it could panic his beloved villagers. So that really shows that even though they used to not regard him that highly, he actually cared for the villagers. And of course, Miss Kaya. So it shows the goodness of his heart, and all he wanted was to have his father back. His crew, oh my god, all three of them, when they tell him what they want to become, like carpenter or a tavern owner or a writer, a novel writer, he says that, hey, pursue your dream, keep it alive. And it shows how much of a good person Usopp is. So for me, the highlight of this arc was definitely Usopp. I definitely loved Klahadore also, in the sense as a good enemy, as a formidable enemy. Obviously, throughout the story, we have several instances of humor. One such instance was Luffy saying, when Miss Kaya gives him the ship, the boat, Luffy says that, oh, that's so nice, that's adding insult to injury, thank you. So Zoro says that, say icing on the cake, you moron. That's not the right saying. So there is humor throughout that keeps the story upbeat as well. It's incredible that Kaya wants to become a doctor. She is this very sick and weak person, but she aspires to be a doctor. How cute is that the ship that was gifted to them is called Merigo. I think this was a wonderful arc to continue Luffy's journey towards his dream of becoming a pirate king. Slowly the crew is growing, and it has wonderful, diverse, crew members. And the experiences they are gaining, the lessons they are learning, I think it will all prep them for the final whatever battle or war that is awaiting them. I know the story has not ended yet, I think, right? But I don't know if I will ever catch up, because the actual finale of One Piece. But I have to admit, it's very difficult to put a stop on this chapter, because you're so engrossed and you want to know what's happening to your beloved crew in the next chapter. But then I know, okay, I have to save this up for the next video. So so that's where I stopped, guys. Chapter 41. I enjoyed this arc, and I'm really looking forward to the next arc, which will be Barati arc. And I hope that's how it's pronounced, guys. Please ignore my stupid pronunciations, because I have not watched the manga that much, so if there are some new characters or new arcs or new words that's coming in, I definitely am going to mispronounce it. So please forgive me for that. But that was this week's One Piece video where we concluded Syrup Village arc, and next week we will be starting the Bharati arc. I hope you guys enjoyed this brief short video. Until next time, this is Angie signing off. Ciao.